Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Who can ever forget this classic sequel? After all the kid-powered awesomeness of the original, you could barely wait for your parents to take you to see it. You loved Home Alone 1, and you wondered, how could they possibly top it? Well, let's go through it, and I'll show you how. The sequel begins just like the original. It's the McAllister mansion at Christmas time, and once again the family clan is hurriedly packing for an expensive holiday vacation. And where's good old Kevin? Oh, he's upstairs, playing with his cool new talk boy.
Yes. Yes.
But to get things going, we're gonna need a little family conflict.
When I see my Christmas tree.
Enter Buzz. Look at how big he is next to these other kids at the school concert. Is he repeating the 5th grade or something? Good thing he has a sense of humor, though. Playing Kevin's head like a drum with these electric candles is a classic joke that we can all enjoy. And he's not just a comedian, he's a lawyer, too. Look at him sway the family jury in this mock trial.
Kevin, I'm sorry.
Kevin is a bit more tactless.
I'm not sorry. I did what I did because Buzz humiliated me. And since he gets away with everything, I'll let him have it. If I had my own money, I'd go on my own vacation.
His own vacation? That'll never happen.
I'd had the most fun in my whole life.
Wakey, wakey, parents. There's planes to catch and children to lose.
We did it again!
You sure did, you retards. At least in this movie, they managed to get Kevin into the van for the airport.
Where's Kevin?
14.
Unfortunately, there's the next step in getting your way too large to organize anything family on the airplane. And that includes getting from getting to the airport to getting on the airplane. And Kevin ends up in New York. And here's where the fun kicks in this movie. Kevin is like MacGyver Jr. He uses nothing but a few limited resources and his own wit to solve a problem. Do you remember that talk boy?
Howdy, Joe. This is Peter McAllister, the father.
Well, it's more than just a toy now. It's a dad voice machine.
Credit card, you got it.
Cool. And in case you forgot, Kevin's also the smoothest talking kid on the planet. Just watch as he smart talks circles around this bitchy woman.
Think about it. A kid going into a hotel, making a reservation? I don't think so.
At this point in the movie, I really start to think it's better than the first one. I love seeing Kevin in this gorgeous hotel.
How convenient.
He goes swimming, eats a gigantic ice cream sundae from room service.
2 scoops, sir?
2, make it 3. I'm not driving.
The next day he rides a limo while watching TV and eating pizza on a trip to the coolest toy store in town.
Here we are, sir. Duncan's Toy Chest.
Kevin has it made.
Merry Christmas, Kevin.
This is almost like a prequel to Macaulay Culkin's next movie, Richie Rich. But Kevin can't get too relaxed, because before long, this Snoopy butthole comes a-knockin'. That brings us to MacGyver skill number 2, impromptu puppeteering. Remember in the first movie when Kevin orchestrates an entire party of mannequins? Well, that was great, but he had a whole afternoon to set up for that. Here he's got to think much faster. So what does he do? He whips up this shower puppet in no time at all. Look at him puppeteer that thing. It's so professional.
Get out of here, you nosy little pervert, or I'm gonna slap you silly!
Bet that guy felt gay. Kevin really has to outsmart adults left and right in this movie. Way more than the original. In the first one, all he has to do is scare that pizza boy into getting a free pizza.
Before I pump your guts full of lead.
But in the sequel, he has to slide and dodge past everyone on this hotel staff. And then he has the whole floor peeing their pants with the gangster movie again. Total genius. But there's some other bad guys in this movie. The really bad guys. You know who I'm talking about. Harry and Marv.
Come to Papa!
That's right. America's two favorite burglars are back, and this time they're looking to knock off a toy store on Christmas Eve. It just so happens that Kevin falls right into their hands. Too bad he's too clever for them to hold.
Well, hello.
Oh! He did it!
Did what?
Oh!
But this movie is certainly not without its flaws. Remember the bird lady? It's obvious that they just substituted the old man from the original Home Alone. It's the same story. Kevin is deathly afraid of them at first, and screams in their faces, but eventually learns that there was nothing to be afraid of, and that he actually has something in common with these creepy adults. And apparently, the bird lady has a rent-controlled apartment in the attic of the New York Philharmonic. Huh. That makes sense.
Do you know that it's been a couple of years since I've talked to anybody?
I think you just have to wear an outfit that doesn't have pigeon poop on it.
Second, I'm really annoyed by the righteousness of the parents.
The boy had a very convincing story.
What kind of idiots do you have working here?
It's so easy for them to blame everyone else for Kevin's disappearance, when really they're the ones who should be arrested for child neglect. I mean, come on. This family has some serious problems if this crap is happening every Christmas. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, let's get back to the fun. You know what I'm talking about. Kevin's Funhouse of Pain. Let's list them off. There's the seesaw, the bricks to the face, the nail in the butt, the balls, and nose, the slippery ladder, the hole in the floor, the falling tools, 50 cans of falling paint, the electrocuting sink, the toilet full of kerosene, a 100-pound bag of sand, the broken ladder, the swinging piece of metal, and rolling piece of metal, the crashing tool chest, the rope soaked in kerosene, and another 20 cans of it too. And finally, the attack of the pigeons. Seriously though, shouldn't these guys have died like 3 times over by this point? Turtle doves. And it all works out in the end, because the rich dysfunctional family gets to have an insanely perfect Christmas at a 5-star hotel with a surprise truckload of free gifts.
Now don't open any of mine.
So that's that. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. A masterpiece in early 90s cinema. If you can't enjoy this movie, there's something seriously wrong with you. It's just as good as the original, if not better. But take your pick. These are 2 of the best Christmas movies ever made. I'd also like to note that it'll be a cold day in hell before I ever watch Home Alone 3 and 4. Ugh, how can you dare consider those part of the Home Alone tradition? Well, that's it. Thanks for watching, and keep the change, you filthy animals.
Nice family.